Hello guys, welcome back to UK Firearms and Airguns, and today I just want to do a quick video on how the SMK DB5, this rifle here, groups at 20 meters. So the setup I'm going to be using is just a simple 4x magnification budget scope. It's a BSA 22 special. I mean, the whole point of these budget rifles like this is that they're cheap. So I can't see, if you bought a rifle like this, why you would end up putting like a scope on there that is like double the price of the rifle, for instance. So I've purposely put a cheap rifle scope on here to do the accuracy testing of this rifle. So the way we're going to do it today is I'm just going to do a quick 5-round check group, and then after I've done a 5-round check group, I'm just going to do the standard thing that I always do. I'm going to do 4 5-round groups on a target like this, starting from left to right, from the top and then to the bottom. So the pellets I'm going to be using are the SMK Spitfires, budget rifle, budget scope. You're probably going to use budget pellets. I mean, the whole point of these rifles really are backguard and blinkers. I mean, you could use it for pest control, I suppose. It's powerful enough, but the likelihood is it's just for a backguard and blinker. So anyway, I'm going to do my 5-round check group now, just to make sure we're on. I've kind of got mixed feelings with this rifle. I like it, but there are some issues with it, and then when I actually do the review, I'll go through those issues. It's not perfect, but then like I said in the video before, I bought this rifle for £50, so I wasn't expecting too much of it anyway. The trigger on this rifle is horrendous, I'm not going to lie. It is not a nice trigger. You also need to remember is that I don't usually shoot Springer rifles. So we'll see how we do, shall we? The rifle groups fine at 10 meters. I have grouped it at 10 meters. The rifle groups quite well. At 20 meters is a bit hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes it groups well, sometimes it doesn't. It's a bit strange. But it is what it is. Would I recommend one of these rifles? Yeah, I would actually. Depends on what you want to use it for. For serious target shooting, no. For backguard and blinking though, and having a bit of fun shooting some tin cans, then yeah, why not? It's not a bad rifle. It's built quite solidly, so it's quite a solid rifle, but accuracy can be something a little bit desired, and you'll find that out in a minute. Right, so I'm kind of on. That'll do for now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and put this target out, and then I'm actually going to do the groupings to see how we do. So I'll see you in a minute. Hello guys, welcome back. So you just saw me shoot the groups. So what's my thought and feelings really about the groupings of this rifle? Well, first we've got to put it into context. This rifle, the SMK DB5, is a budget air rifle. It doesn't claim to be anything else. It doesn't claim to be an air arms or a BSA. It claims to be what it is, and that is a budget Chinese-made air rifle. So, can you really expect the same type of accuracy what you would get out of a £400 Springer? No, you can't. But however, putting that into context, I'm quite happy with the accuracy of the rifle. For what this rifle costs, £50, it cost me second hand. And I'm sure if you looked hard enough, you could probably buy it for even cheaper than that. It's also got a cheap scope on it. Hasn't got anything fancy on it. It's literally got probably one of the cheapest scopes you can buy. It is your general 4x magnification cheap scope. So I think the rifle held up pretty well, really. I was also using cheap pellets, using the old SMK pellets. Now, I actually do like these pellets. If you've seen my previous videos, these pellets perform quite well out on PCPs. So I actually do quite like these pellets. But anyway, so let's measure the groups. So we've got some, I should say, fairly good ones. We've got two decent ones minus a flyer on it, and then we've got two that's not that great. Okay, so as you can see here are my groups. So I'm going to measure them. I'll tell you what they are. I am going to be a little bit fair with the rifle though, because that is a flyer there, as you can see, and that's also a flyer there. So I'm going to be a little bit fair on the rifle, and I'm going to discount those shots. So I'm going to measure it in inches. So the first group on the left this group here is around about 1 inch. The second group is just over 3/4 of an inch. So there you go. It's a bit tighter than the other one. Sorry, it's the camera angle, guys. I know it's not great. But as you can see there, it's just slightly under 1 inch, about 3/4 of an inch. Bearing in mind, I did discount that shot and also discount that shot just to give the rifle a little bit of a fighting chance, because they were flyers. So I'm now going to measure this group here. So that group is 1.5 inches. So that group there is 1.5 inches. This group is quite big. It's literally just under 2 inches. I mean, literally just under, so we might as well just call it 2 inches. A 2-inch group at 20 meters. So do I think I could tighten up those groupings? Probably. With a bit more practice with a Springer. I'm not used to shooting Springer guns. Even though I also shoot real firearms, the recoil on a Springer is very different. I'm more used to shooting PCPs and firearms, so with a bit more practice with this rifle, I believe I could probably tighten up the groups. However, for a rifle that costs as low as it does, it's not bad. It's definitely alright for a backguard and plinker. Like I said before, this rifle is not made for competition target shooting. Okay, it's just not made for it. It's just not built for that purpose. This is built for a backguard and plinker for a budget price. And this is why I like these rifles. So I'm going to go a bit of a tangent here, right? But this is the reason why I like these rifles, because these rifles are so cheap that anybody can get into shooting. It doesn't matter how much you've got, how much money you've got. You know, everyone's got different amounts of money, And some people can't afford like some of the rifles I've got, like the BSA Scorpion, and you know, even the Crow MPO2. That's a lot of money for some people. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money for me, but you know, some people just simply cannot afford to pay £600, £300 on a rifle for a bit of back garden plinking. So rifles like this allow people to get into the sport and enjoy a bit of shooting. And that's why I like these rifles. A lot of people, I see a lot of people on YouTube, you know, on videos and in comment sections and stuff like that, they really slag these rifles off and they really just call them garbage. But it's like, you've got to look into the context of the rifle. The rifle's not claiming to be anything like a competition rifle. It's not claiming to be something that's going to win you competitions. It's just claiming to be what it is, and that's a back garden plinker. And it allows people with all budgets to get into shooting, and that is why these rifles are so good. You know, unfortunately, you know, I've seen it a lot, especially in the air rifle community. There's a lot of snobbery in the air rifle community with a lot of people, and they turn their nose up to the cheaper stuff, and they come up with the sarky comments and things like that, you know. But just ignore those type of people. At the end of the day, these rifles are good. They allow you to get into the sport. They allow people with not so much money to get into the sport and shoot. You know, it gets you what gets your kids off the Xbox. You know, bit of father and son time, etc. So yeah, I quite like the rifle. You know, I will be doing a review of it soon. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a good day.